And set.
Hi, welcome to Friday Reports. We're thinking about what's happening in the world today and in America. We're specifically thinking about what happened when the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade in June 2022. We're thinking about the ramifications that no one really thought about when this occurred or when the lawmakers thought about it. As a physician and talking to my fellow women physicians, we all thought of things that this ruling has made different. For example, ectopic pregnancies, when a woman has a pregnancy in the fallopian tube, in the tube. So it's called a tubal pregnancy. This will cause endangerment to the woman's life, in the sense that it can explode. The pregnant will occur inside this tiny tube instead of the uterus, and bad things can happen to both the mother and the fetus. So usually this is done with an abortion to save the mother's life. So in certain states, this may not be allowed. Certainly in Poland, it is no longer allowed. And also it's not allowed in Iran. We want to also consider the ramifications of what this means for people who are infertile and they had in vitro fertilization. The in vitro fertilization started in 1978 when people started having success with this type of baby, the test tube baby. And it is now gigantically a success in America. And many, many people who were infertile, these couples now can hold a baby in their arms. So what happens when we harvest these embryos, which are fertilized with the husband's sperm and the wife's eggs, is that they have to be refrigerated and they have to be taken care of and then implanted. Now, a certain number are implanted because we know that some will not survive. And then what happens to the other embryos that are left behind and kept in storage? These may be used later by the mother or the infertile couple. And what happens now with the Roe versus Wade ruling that has been overturned? These embryos have a certain shelf life, although it's not been determined how long. So does that mean that the infertile couple will then have to pay the monetary expenses to keep these embryos alive for the next 50 years, next 100 years, and that their heirs have to also keep these embryos alive? So nobody has been able to determine that yet because it's so early in the this new ruling. But these are issues that we should be concerned about as a society. And also, what does it mean for in vitro fertilization as a method of helping infertile couples? Will this go by the wayside? In addition, certain birth control methods, such as the copper-7 IUDs, are they going to be outlawed because they are thought to prevent implantation? And is that an abortion? What is the meaning of an abortion? I know that the lawmakers did not think deeply about all these things, but certainly in our current life, this is very important for all of us to think about. And even if we were to take the most original definition of the Constitution as our forefathers thought about it, and they never mentioned the word abortion, but they also did not mention the word internet. They did not mention many things. So we have, as a society, have to go with the concept of a living constitution, because many things were not mentioned, including women as a word. So these are things that we must think philosophically, and as students of history, and also as citizens of a present-day America, what should we think? And as doctors, how criminalized will we be? How criminalized will our actions be? Will we all be at risk for going to jail if we even talk about birth control, if we talk about family planning, and if we talk about what happens with a fertilized egg or when the sperm meets the egg? All these things are high school biology, and certainly the stuff of medical school, and certainly for us, the stuff of obstetrics and gynecology. And all my women colleagues are talking about it because it has certainly changed the landscape for women, their reproductive lives, and how they're going to plan for a family going forwards? Are we going to have the ability to have 10 children? The more the merrier. What will happen if we reach, we're at 7.8 billion people now. What if we hit 10 billion or something? What does it mean for our planet? And then in terms of other changes, legally, what will that mean? So there will be a new set of laws, and lawyers who will be interested in reproductive rights, also be interested in how to do trust in the states for the embryo, who is in a test tube, in a refrigerator. What does that all mean? And this may seem far-fetched, but I think these are things that we do have to grapple with, because it's no longer so abstract thinking about these things. So I leave you with this. Stay tuned, and if you like this, come back and join us for Friday Reports. We try to keep current and have all of us think deeply about what it means to be a person, a patient in our society, also to achieve good health, maintain good health and well-being. And we as doctors, we are here on this journey with you, and now we're all confronting these questions together. Thank you for joining us.